Okay, boom. We should be live and direct in the tube with Frank. Yes, yes, we are. Greetings, Frank.
Here we are. We've
You were
returned.
there for the last 15 minutes. Not like I didn't know if you were there, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
greetings, Frank.
Another moon day. Here we are.
Yes, great time to exchange also on the PT
Yes.
P-log. That's what we're going to do. P-log, and that's how you call it, I think.
Yeah, P-log.
That's it. And I think today we're going to start with the state of this world. That's a long one. You know, it's tu sais ce qu'on dit en français, là, une image vaut 1000 mots. A picture worth 1,000 words. Probably say that in English too. A picture is
Right.
worth 1,000 words.
Yes.
Well, that's one picture that's worth 1,000 words. Like, I don't know if people can see it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Yeah, you
picture of
got
the
that.
book. And that's really a great representation, I think, of the state of this world. They want your, like, it's just a picture. There's nothing really to read here. It's just they
Mm-hmm.
want your boat capsized. There's the Muggle Dam, the ship of masses. And that's exactly what's happening. Whether you're on a collective ship or you're on your own ship, you're on your raft or you're within a ship of muggle clowns and freaking like people that have zero freaking magic in them and that's just walking along with the program and end up in that boat. And what they want is your boat to be capsized. That's exactly what it
Yes.
is here. And it's weird because Blackout J did a song for me not long ago, and that's exactly what he says in the song. Babylon wants the people capsize
Right.
because we're all going on this ocean of tumultuous waters, or sometimes it can be calm, sometimes it can be like tsunamis. You can be stuck
Right.
in a tsunami or stuff. So you're really gonna be capsized if your boat is not ready to face the storm. Like if you have a weak boat that leak and stuff, and often your ship is battered and stuff.
Yeah.
So by the hangry sea, who said that, Bob? Ship is battered and by the hangry sea. But that's it. So I think that's exactly what's happening is your boat's being capsized because first of all, your load is way too heavy.
Right.
You have a heavy load because you probably travel through some shadows of valley of death, or I don't know how they say it, some dark place. So
Right.
instead of being like really travel light on your boat, which would probably prevent you to be capsized by the nonsense, you gonna travel a lot better on this earth, I think, with less fear also of your boat being capsized because either you're too heavy, too much people on it. Like if you're often they say once you find yourself on the majority, on the side of the majority, it's time to take a pause and reflect. So maybe if you find yourself in the majority, which is a muggle dumb boat, that's what
Mm-hmm.
he says, muggle dumb boat.
Right.
Maybe it's time for you to reflect and maybe change ship or something.
Right.
So that's how I interpret and deep L ocean also for sure.
Mm-hmm.
If you get capsized in the deep sea, there's good chance that you do not come out of there. Your chances are very low. But if you get at least if you're in more shallow water near the coast and stuff, because that's your intention to reach the shore, and your
Mm-hmm.
shore is you not being lost no more. So if you have an intention of reaching the shore and not be lost at sea no more, with at least if you get capsized by a wave of life, you're not gonna drown. You're gonna be able to swim because you know what Bob said too. He said, "Don't jump in the water if you can't swim."
Right.
So if you learn how to swim, if you learn to navigate the waters of Babylon to eventually reach the shore, well, I think you don't have to. What I'm saying is, you don't have to be lost at sea on a boat full of muggle that you're sure probably is going to be capsized the moment a big wave come at or some propaganda come and you know what? So then the boat is just flipped. But yeah, that's how I see a bit the
Yeah.
state of this world. And there's an angel too, I think. PT,
Mhm.
PT's on top. It's like an angel.
Right.
Yeah, it's like yeah, good. For sure, he's an angel. For sure, I would say anytime PT's an angel. If you want to refer to angel as being also someone that look at things from all angles, because
Right.
angles pretty
Angles.
much the same, and PT look at stuff from all angles. So to me it's very, yeah, angel work, definitely. Like,
Yes.
or but we can all reach a state of angelic it's a state of mind also. It's within you. You either look at things or you don't. Like, you have blind eyes or you're curious.
Hmm.
I'm very curious about this life, about this significance of life, where we're here with, and I know it's not what I've been told. It's not what they propagate, like this kind of stuff to be stuck on the ship with the majority of the world. I
Yeah.
intend to one now. I'm on PT ship. I follow a lot of his. But it's not so much a follow. It's I interpret his guidance and then I bring it to life into my life. Like,
Yeah.
so I can be probably a good engineer on the ship,
Hmm.
but I'm definitely on the ship. Like, I know where, I know who can teach me stuff.
Right.
And PT can teach me a lot. Again, every time we're together, it's always a learning session. It's not because we're getting together. For sure, sometime maybe I might have bring up stuff to him that, yeah, good perspective, because after all, I see the world from my own eyes. You see it from your own eyes. We all have different perspective, so each one teach one, and that's the point of getting together, the power of getting together. Maybe
Yeah.
not on the same ship on tumultuous waters, but coming together as benefit. So Frank,
Yeah.
give me your opinion about the tumultuous waters and the
Yeah.
capsizing.
Totally. So I'll just I know we looked at the picture, but I'll just give a short like description of what I see. So it's entitled "State of This World," right? And it's a picture like we just saw. It's a big ship like Titanic or whatever, and it's halfway sunk, and you can tell it's going down. And the ocean is labeled Deep Hell Ocean, and then the ship has the name of the ship says Muggledom Ship of Masses, as a big flag on the ship that basically is stating like who the people on the ship are. It says celebrities, rulers, spiritual teachers on board, and everybody on the ship. There's little stick figures drawn, and they're looking into the sky at this angelic being it says PT, and they're making some comments on it, and they're laughing. It says, "Ha ha, what an egotistical weirdo. We don't need any help." But at the same time, there's some of the people in the ship are like, like head over heels, like they've flown off the edge of the ship and they're falling into the deep hell ocean. So basically, the whole scene is like there's a disaster happening and there's a being that's above the disaster and just like in a state of peace. And while the disaster is happening and everything's melting down, they're making fun of the one that's above. And that's what we see happening because so like PT as the angelic being in the top corner of the picture, he's a representative of evolved living. He's a representative of naturality. He's a representative of being able to live in a harmonious and a peaceful way with yourself, with other beings, with nature and stuff like that. And in the current time that we're living in, the to go towards nature, to go towards actually a real peaceful way of being, to take actions that are beneficial to your own health and things like that, that's actually against the grain of what
Yeah.
we're being taught, what we're learning, what examples we see through the media, through our schools, through our families, that we've learned certain ways of being, certain ways of eating or habits like if you want to be on the TV all the time or whatever, right? And not saying that everyone's family is like that, but there's different ways that, we've been influenced in our lives.
I think we can just sum this, and the more you hurt yourself, the more the system will love you.
And that's how it is, isn't it?
That's how I say it. So keep
Yeah.
hurting yourself, they'll love you.
That's why they celebrate all these beings, that the celebrities, right? The ones who are celebrated are the ones who, that they'll give them a shiny package of, okay, this is your hit song, this is your pop song, we'll give you your video, and we'll highlight all these things. You'll be at the party and you'll be in the club getting crunk, or you'll have the ladies who are, scantily clad and dressed in inappropriate ways, as far as like being able to respect yourself. Like, what actually are you representing? Are you representing self-destruction, or are you representing rising up and awakening and awareness and taking care of yourself and actually like having love for yourself? Are you representing that if you're doing all this? And so then what do you see after those celebrities get given that little shiny trophy of, this is the product that I'm selling, the song, the movie, or whatever? Yeah. Then you see them, they shave their head. They had a mental break. They're on drugs. They're doing all this kind of stuff because they're having to, basically it's a really heavy karma to do all that stuff and be a representative of their thing, because, you're going to get a lot of karmic, energetic feedback that's going to, you're not going to feel at peace inside because you're misleading people. It's like that P-log, leaders are misleaders. P's like, I don't see any leaders right now. I only see misleaders. And so when you're leading people to follow your example and you're giving an example of self-destruction, then, what is the multiverse going to say? They're going to say, they're not helping people to live on Earth in a way that's meaningful and purposeful. Because if you are giving if you're given the spotlight, if you're given the moment of attention, then it's your responsibility to say the right thing. It's your responsibility to tell the people like something good and not something that's going to, guide them in the wrong direction. So
for me, I'm sure for you and for many, having the privilege to speak through a mic to the world is a privilege. It's a divine privilege, and I'm not gonna fuck it up. That's for sure. Like I'm gonna go in the right direction. I'm gonna go with righteousness, definitely. Right. If I have the privilege to speak to the world, but also these people that like this, like you were saying, they sell their soul, or we say they sell their soul because they propagate darkness. So they're not on the side of the light and love and bringing light to the world and stuff through different avenues, but they choose to remain in the dark and to propagate darkness. So that's why we say they sell their light. Soul is the light. It's your light inside. It's you being real and true to yourself first, and then to the world. That's on the side of light, of love. It cannot be lies, deception, and darkness. It doesn't work. So automatically, if you are exactly propagating all this darkness, you sell your soul, sell your light. That's what many celebrities do when they're put on a pedestal and celebrated, like at the Grammys and stuff.
Right.
Look, it might be a good recognition for some artists. Maybe they haven't also considered the other side, because that's what considering is. PT says it in the book somewhere. He has something on consider. When you consider, you look at both sides. You look at all sides. You don't just look at one side of what you're doing. Okay, because what you're doing might be seen in a different light from someone else. It's not because you see it as totally right and real, then you go to someone else as a different perspective, because there's many sides to everything. Right. I think it's not just one look straight, but you should consider. definitely.
Yeah.
Because if not, you'll get con. If you just look at something just one way and just what you've been told and with beliefs and stuff, you might end up on the side of the dark stuff a lot in this world. And
Mhm.
that's what most of this world offer is very low vibration food, low vibration clothes. Like
Yep.
everything is low vibration. The words are low vibration. Instead of using words that have hate and con and stuff, why don't you think before you speak and maybe bring a higher vibration within yourself first and then a
Mhm.
higher vibration in the world through your music, your speech, whatever you use to talk to the world. We all speak. Me, I love to speak, definitely. That's why I'm here. Like, it's the essence of
Yeah.
I'm alive. So today is a brand new day. And I was looking forward to come here with you, definitely, because life is to be celebrated.
Oh, yeah.
Celebrate love. Can you say that? Love,
Uh,
life is to be loved and cherished each and every day. And each
yes.
and every day is a new day. So it's not, and there's always something. If you look for something, create some unexpected happening in your life each and every day. It's gonna make you feel alive also. So I come here. I don't know. This is live and direct. It's not scripted. Nothing.
Yeah.
We just go with the flow. It's pretty much unexpected if you ask me. So I have to be here. I have to be present. My thoughts have to be with you and not scattered all over the place.
Yeah.
Often it's a challenge for most just to focus and pay attention and give attention. I think it's
Hmm.
more give attention.
Right. Right.
Why should you pay for attention? Like give attention. Give. It's all about giving. So
Right.
give,
Right.
give, 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 give. So Frank, give me the other one, tragicomic.
Yes. The next next epilogue, tragic comic. Despite all their heavy-handed, splashing efforts, most beings here are drowning quickly in the ocean of this samsar, in parentheses or quotes, world. Amongst the gasps, as they look up to see that which is effortlessly standing above it all, they choose to hurl abuses at it and scream, "We are in this only by choice, and we can get out anytime we want. We don't need you or your help." Quite a spectacle, a show of supreme confidence in the most calamitous of situations.
Tragicomique en français, of course. On va faire, we do both languages. Tragicomique, malgré tous leurs efforts maladroits et bruyants, la plupart des êtres coulent rapidement dans l'océan de ce samsar, de ce monde. Parmi les cris d'exclamation, pendent qu'il lève les yeux pour voir ce qu'il se tient au-dessus de tout sans effort. Ils choisissent seulement d'y lancer des insultes et crier. On est là-dedans seulement par choix. On n'a pas, on n'a pas besoin de toi ni de ton aide. Tout un spectacle, une démonstration de confiance suprême dans la plus calamiteuse des situations. This is, it's a tragicomic, like I say always. It's a bunch of imbécile heureux. En français, on dit imbécile heureux, imbécile, happy imbécile. Because it's really tragic. It's not something, it's not like, it's tragicomic. It's it's tragic, but it's not a joke. And they don't seem to realize that also the consequences of that. Wow. Non, par choix, tout un spectacle, une démonstration, confiance suprême. That's it. They have so much confidence in what they think they know, also, often,
Yes.
that brings a very tragic end result.
Mhm.
And it's probably going to be aging faster too, because I'm sure, look, aging is not about just a word. It's about a phenomena that happen inside, and that reflects on the outside.
Mhm.
So if you're cooking with lies and deception on the inside and you keep yourself in that realm, it's not good for you. It's going to make you age in many ways, because aging It's not just a word, it's advanced glycation end product. And there's index to everything. You say, oh, this is going to make you age. You eat this, going to make you, because there is an index to food that you eat, and probably stuff happening inside of you with the music, with the nonsense that you look at, the vibration you take in to make you age faster also. So you
Right.
create, so you're cooking faster than you should. So
Yeah.
that's probably why you look all, and all the product, the makeups and all that girls put on their face. That's very, it's, makeup is there for what? It's for you to put more. Like it's not there to make your skin look better, or no, it's just, and that over time it's going to be very detrimental. All these products, maybe not the first day, but eventually you're going to have no choice for sure to put makeup at a certain age, because you're going to look all wrinkly. You're going to look like you have aged a lot. Like that's why I think also all men when they're older, they look less advanced in age than women. What I'm want to say is, because of all the makeup that women put along in their life, okay, it makes your skin wrinkly. It makes your skin very like it destroys your skin. So women's look like, take for example, put 20 men of 75-year-old together and 75-year-old woman together, and all the women will look older than the men. And I think that's the makeup fact, because men don't put makeup. Most of men don't put makeup. I never put that in my life. So like I don't paint my face for sure.
Right.
So the fact that, and it might not fit your paradigm if you wear makeup, but I'm not here to please anyone or to be liked. It is the truth. That's the truth. It's not good for you. So if you keep putting it on, it's gonna damage your skin. Definitely, it's an organ. So you gotta take care of that. So I think that's why men look always a bit young, especially if you take good care of yourself. Look, I'm 51. They're gonna turn 52. I've seen worse. Sorry, but I've seen worse. So I'm very happy with the result so far.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep going that way, but it's certainly not the aging process that exactly you want to get into. I don't know why I got to this. We were in tragicomic. I'm talking about aging. I don't know. I go everywhere. But anyway, Frank, give me your
Yeah, I mean, just to touch on that for a moment, I mean, definitely I've noticed, and probably is easily observable, certain lifestyle habits, smoking ages you really quickly, like you can take somebody who's been smoking or some type of, drug habit or something like that. It makes the face, a lot of more wrinkles are coming way more quickly around the mouth and different areas of the face. And like as far as makeup is concerned, it's like there are certain things that you can put on yourself to kind of like assist or nourish this tissue of the skin. And like in Ayurveda, they have there's a practice called abhyanga, and so that is basically just applying oil to your skin. Like for instance, like after you get out of the shower, or after, like before you go to bed or something, you could put like castor oil, or you could do like sesame oil and just the light coat,
all that stuff.
Yeah, like on your joints, on your shoulders, on your elbows, and things like that. And that is, if you think of like the Tin Man, you're just kind of oiling your joints, like so you can, like move more freely, more and function. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the products, like you said, that are of our current time are unnatural. They're synthetic, and so they are going to not be conducive to the skin. And plus, right, we know the skin is the biggest organ. So anything that you put on it, it's going to absorb into your body. You're going to be taking those things in. So it is for the females out there. If you are going to be using products on your skin, at least you can start by trying to do something, a more natural product. And then if you want to kind of wean off of it and go for a more natural look, then ultimately you won't have to be using so much thing.
Personally, I love natural beauty, and women are beautiful natural. Don't need makeup, don't need nothing. A beautiful woman will glow, her skin will glow and stuff. But that's what happen often is we don't really take care of ourselves. So all the defect will show on the skin. The skin is it's like your gut inverse. It's like a good representation of what's going on in your gut. So your
Yeah,
gut, just by the way, that's where the food travels through. So
right.
so the guts is where your stuff you eat goes. So you are what you eat.
Mhm.
Definitely. You cannot escape this. So eventually it's gonna show on your skin. So then the makeup comes on and covers the little spots and the
Right,
but
right.
I think if you take care of yourself, we're all beautiful, first of all. We're all beautiful. Like it's a big family, all beautiful. That's what I see. But because
Mhm.
people don't take care of themselves, they end up destroyed. That's
Right.
the reality. No one can deny this. So yeah, that's it. If you go towards a route that is more natural, and if you want to that's it. Put makeup or something. I don't know. I'm not a woman. I don't know that. It's hard for me even to comprehend this thing and to have a perspective on it. I am not a woman, but I know women love to look pretty.
Right, right.
That is a fact. You see it all around, and I get this. That's why I don't so much. I don't judge here. I'm not. I cannot understand. First of all, I'm not a woman, so it's not my
Right.
experience, and I had never any desire to put makeup on myself. So it's hard for us, Frank, to even talk about this honestly.
Right.
But I know that I love natural beauty. That I know, and
For
a
sure.
woman doesn't have to have a mask on or some makeup to look pretty. That I know. Now I don't know the whole thing behind the state of mind and what it is to be a woman, but anyway, it would be. I'm sure there's a lot of women also out there that have understood uh, that beauty is better natural.
Yeah, and there's a lot of ways that we can, support our natural, uh, you know, look, or we can support. I mean, what they also like another name for Ayurveda, or the science of health and well-being in from the Vedic perspective, is called the science of longevity. So you're wanting to preserve, your beauty, you're wanting to preserve your wellness, your centeredness. So it's all an entire lifestyle. It's not just the medicines that you take when you're sick, or it's not just curing some type of situation when you've gotten yourself really out of balance. It's all about incorporating lifestyle, like eating well, because the whole thing is your whole life. Everything you do is an equation that makes up
Oh yeah.
where you are right now and your current state.
Oh
So it's
yeah.
how you speak. It's taking time to connect with nature, doing meditation, repeating pure principles. Like this is a whole big thing where you're taking care of yourself, actually. So, and then they consider Ayurveda, or the science of like how you eat, and the different types of herbs and medications that you can utilize if you are finding yourself out of balance or something like that. They call it the science of longevity. So it is the purpose of it is to be able to eat that's going to support, eat in a way that's going to support your particular vehicle, your particular body, right? Because we each have individual vehicles that is our body. So there are like general things that we can all do, but also depending on each person's body, we're going to react to certain foods and certain herbs and stuff like that in a particular way. So there's a saying that says there's not one herb for everybody, but for everybody there is one herb that maybe would be supportive of your constitution, supportive of your health, things that you need, that are going to be good for you. So it's all an individuated system, and it's, you can see it not only through how you view your own constitution, your own makeup of what balance of elements is your particular body, what type of diet is going to help you be most supported and not get out of balance. But also, for instance, in Jyotish and looking at your individual chart, that's going to be, a formula that you're able to see the equation of, what are your presets? how are you most likely to, react in a situation, or what kind of energies are present in you at the time that you were born that are going to just kind of give a little painting of like, what is your character like and stuff like that. And it also shows more detailed things too. That's like, what is because you can see your individual constitutional makeup through the chart. So it has a lot of things to say about your health, things that will tell you like what's going to be better for you to go to. Like, are you going to need things that are going to heat up your digestion a little bit more? Or are you going to need to do things that are going to be a little bit, more lubrication in your digestion? I mean, all sorts of things. I know we're kind of like going way out on this Vedic tangent, but there is so much that the Vedic perspective covers. It's really, in my point of view, the perfect system, which is amazing. I love it.
What you said was very relevant. I was just waiting for you to finish to start my reflection, but you were talking about metabolizing food. We don't all digest food and metabolize food. And something came to me very interesting while you were saying that. That's why I had that look on my face. And I was like, wow, it's in our face. Like Facebook, don't they call it meta now?
Oh, yeah, meta. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we all don't metabolize information the same way too.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, the whole purpose behind calling it exactly now. Maybe there's a darkest, more occult etymology thing for meta, but I think it has to do probably the information, how you metabolize the information inside you, because there's a lot of misinformation, definitely, but there's also good information out there. So how do you go about receiving that information? Because we say often, oh, I'm gonna digest this now. You just said something
Right.
really freaking hot, Frank. I'm gonna digest this. It's not really a word that I like, digest, but
Right.
but it, in a way, it's kind of good because, of course, it's gonna die in your stomach with the acid. If you have enough acid stomach, then that's another topic. But because of poor diet, often people have a acid reflux and stuff. It's not because you have too much, but maybe not enough. So anyway, that's a whole different topic. But I think, the meta thing is a lot about metabolizing information and how you take it in.
Yeah,
it makes sense, eh?
Definitely.
Okay.
But I will just, so we can move on to our next section, just to speak on tragicomic. Yeah, I mean, this, we see everybody, like P says, despite all their heavy-handed splashing efforts, most beings are drowning here quickly in the ocean of this world. And yeah, there's a lot of effort going toward, like trying to, live your best life and get things that are going to feel you good, and things that are going to get you feeling better. And, this is, the United States is kind of big on the world stage, right? So we see things happening here right now, especially in this week as the leadership has changed, and there's a lot of things moving around. And so there's that one Robert F. Kennedy Jr. or whatever, and he's putting a lot of questions up about okay, so why, why are we so sick? Why as a nation do we have such high levels of, obesity, autism, all these different things, and you got to step back and ask that question, because really it is a tragedy, how far away things have gone from people just being able to take care of themselves. But all the pharmaceutical companies and different organizations and industries, they profit off of people being sick. It's not people don't like to think that there's an agenda against them, but they don't really have an interest in people's well-being. They have an interest in the shareholders who are giving them the money that's allowing their organizations and their companies to continue running. And there's a lot of other agendas going on behind it. It's not just a money scheme or whatever. You know, they are kind of like vampirically harvesting our energy by having us do all these jobs for, you know, basically pennies on the dollar or whatever. But yeah, the thing is that like people will be, what do they call that term? Self-policing. And they will, if they see you going outside of the system that is making you sick, that is, you know, having you under their veil of reality that is not only an illusion and not real, but it's also feeding off of you parasitically. Because people have invested in so much time in getting these degrees and being able to be a representative and be like, oh, I have a position of authority within this system, then they are going to fight against anything that is, you know, pretty much going to be calling out like the problems of what we are currently within. So it's like you were saying, and what P is saying here, he says, this is the perspective. We are in this only by choice, and we can get out anytime we want. We don't need your help. So people have been given the illusion that they are more powerful than they actually are, because like, can you actually get out of this? And do you actually know what you're inside of, first of all? And then like, once you start having these realizations, you see how many chains are on you, and you're like, oh my gosh, like the way that I'm eating, I got this chain. I need to, you know, take that off. The way that I'm, you know, we're strapped into this system that's making us sick, and that we're jumping into this deep hell ocean. And it is by our choice, but do you know what consequences your choices have actually? You know, a lot of people like to just like write it off and be like, oh, well, you know, you gotta pay to play. You know, you gotta, what are some of those statements or whatever, right? Like pain, no pain, no gain, and all this kind of stuff, you know, like, but it's not actually true. And there is a better way, and there's a more natural way that is going to be more conducive to your own biological suit, your own body, your own health, and your own, like, not only like your physical health, but your mental, your spiritual, your energetic, like all these kind of things start to get better the more that we can try to renaturalize ourselves. Some people call it rewilding. There's all different types of terms that they're trying to coin these days. But, you know, overall, it is, we want to become less synthetic. We want to become, because they're trying to put all of these unnatural things into us and into our field. And we need to just like recognize it and say, okay, I can see what that is. And I want to, you know, step toward, you know, what's real and not what's artificial or what's synthetic. So yeah, it is a tragic comedy. And, you know, we need to start, you know, writing the narrative of our own movie. You know, we need to make the tragic comedy into like a redemption. We need to like have the, you know, you choose your own ending to this story, you know? So we need to start writing the tale of our life and in a way that there's going to actually be a happy ending, you know, because who wants the movie to actually end sad? Nobody wants that. I mean, that hurts so bad. And, you know, we all love happy endings, you know? So let's make that for ourselves. And that's the only way is like you start one simple step at a time, taking care of yourself. And it's just fun, you know?
You know, I was waiting for this one. I always have something. Be an intelligent, because now what's happening is either you're intelligent with the I or you're intelligent with the A.
Right.
No, there's two sides to this.
Agent.
And showing some intelligence. Yeah, you can be showing some intellect or shit, but it's in the system with the A, because now you become an intel agent. Now show some intelligence. Use your head. Use yourself. Put some intel in you. Right. You, me, everyone, yourself. Like, never mind the freaking system and being an agent of the system.
Right.
Be your own agent.
Mhm.
Higent, intelligent. That's what I am. That's why I'm intelligent. And I
Yes.
know I am.
Mhm.
Because I'm trying to think for myself. I'm trying.
Right.
And sometimes we have so many voices in our head that's hard sometimes to tame them all. But yeah, I'm trying to think of my own. But that's why I say be intelligent. Stop causing unnecessary suffering to yourself first. Because if it's anything you experience within, you will experience without. So be a good, lovey, giving, humble, have humility, and just trot the path of righteousness. And yeah, I know it's hard to define. I know it's hard to find and define. But if with enough perseverance and enough work on yourself, you will find it. It will show up in your face. If you look at signs and stuff, we all have something given to us here. We don't need to live endlessly in this tragic comic situation
Exactly.
because there's two sides to situation. I see situation often as shit situation.
Yeah. Situation.
That's
Sure.
what most people are stuck in the shit situation.
Hmm.
So, situation is much better and all that stuff and all the good vibes that life has to offer. And then you go out and you attract that stuff because of your good state of mind, because of your intelligence, like I was saying. But show some intel, yeah. Show some intellect, but there's a difference in agent and agent. Anyway,
Yeah.
next is beds and sofas, and that's a good one.
Yes.
Very
Definitely.
good one.
Beds and
That's what most people are stuck on.
I know, yeah, it's really what do you call it? It's a handicap, it's a
Oh,
handicap that we begin is
oh
you think it's luxury, but then what is it doing to you? So anyways, yeah,
yeah.
we'll get into it.
Yeah.
Beds and sofas. Funny as it might seem, beds and sofas are a big stumbling block when it comes to developing humility towards the divine on this material plane of existence. Beds and sofas were delivered at everyone's doorstep through the evil machine mass production processes. So everyone had a chance to boost their ego in their own little kingdom they called home. So whatever skills even the working, business, and military classes, in parentheses, the ruling classes were always the ruling classes were direct pawns of evil anyways, had a practical humility disappeared like clouds on a sunny day. Plonked on their sofas, they feel like lords and find it harder and harder to get up for any representative of divinity. To hell with divinity when I am having a good time with my beer in my sofa, they say. They only get up for their bosses, as in the representatives of evil. And that too is more out of a preempted kick on the backside. All part of a brat creation policy of the evil demiurge, physical force and financial pressure being the only languages these spoiled brats understand. At the end of the day, who can be taught anything when he or she is sitting on a sofa or lying in a bed?
Wow. Wow. OK, lit et canapé. Aussi drôle que cela puisse paraître, les lits et les canapés sont un gros obstacle quand il s'agit de développer de l'humilité envers le divin sur le plan d'existence matérielle. Lits et canapés sont livrés à toutes les portes à travers le processus de production de masse des machines du mal pour ce que tout le monde ait une chance de booster son ego dans son petit royaume qu'ils appellent domicile. Donc, quelles que soient les compétences que même les classes de travailleurs, d'entrepreneurs et militaires, la classe gouvernante étant des pions directs du mal de toute façon, avaient à l'humilité pratique, ont disparu comme des nuages au soleil. Avachis sur leur canapé, avachis, ou ici on dit évaché, lui il utilise avachis sur leur canapé, Ils se sentent comme des seigneurs et trouvent de plus en plus dur de se lever pour tout représentant de la divinité. Au diable la divinité, quand je passe un bon moment avec ma bière dans mon canapé, disent-ils. Ils se lèvent seulement pour leur patron, exemple, les représentants du mal. Et ça aussi, c'est plus par anticipation d'un coup de pied dans le derrière. Tout faisant partie d'une création de politique de morveux du demi-urge du mal, la force physique et la pression financière étant les seuls langages que ces enfants gâtés comprennent. Au bout du compte, qui peut être enseigné quoi que ce soit quand elle est assis sur un canapé ou allongé sur un lit? And that's a major, major obstacle for many is getting out of the bed and also of the sofa. And I think also because they are in a deep rest. When you are in a deep rest, you're not creating nothing of value for this world with your life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, you're gonna suffer from this, and that's very depression. That's what depression is to me. Because anyone with goals with align to iron divine and to evolve, make this world evolve, will not feel depressed. You cannot feel depressed because you're part of something so much bigger than yourself. If you cannot, it's impossible because there's vibration. You up your vibe and stuff. So the fact that people exactly cannot get out of bed is, first of all, they repeat the same program each and every day. They go to work with the same car, travel an hour, come back. Like, it brings a very low vibration, especially if you have nothing at the end of the day to look at or to evolve, to the work to do to evolve. Whether you come, like, you might have your whole day planned, Frank, outside work and stuff, but you're an hour and something here with me, taking time to reflect and evolve. And that can take you on a high for the rest of the day and the rest of your life. It's evolution happens inside. So the joy, you're gonna feel it inside, and that joy of evolving, even if you're stuck doing Babylonian stuff that you have no choice doing, at least you're gonna do it on the high. You're not gonna do it on the low and on the side of the hate. You're gonna do it on the high, on the side of love, light. And then that's what you're going to propagate probably in your workplace. Everywhere you're going to go, you're going to bring the light, not the dark.
Yes.
So it's clear to me that the moment you start embracing the light and the love, that's what you propagate. Now you finish the darkness, finish the news, finish talking about nonsense with your coworker or stuff. Now you're going to bring serious stuff on the table. Stuff to make them evolve, stuff to make them question. There's something happening here and no one see it. They're blind to it. They're blind to even their own self. They look in the mirror and they don't see the greatness. But there is greatness inside each and every one of us. Take a deep look. But if you sit on the sofa and in your bed all day and you think there's nothing to be done, for sure, that's the vibe probably you're going to embrace with your beer and your friends, and you think that watching a hockey game is what has to be done here,
Right?
Or football, or whatever you watch. Cricket, I don't know. What people watch they play all kinds of games. They watch all kinds of games, and during that time, they miss the biggest game of all. And that's the truth. The biggest game of all is higher and divine. That's the rule. I don't want to define that game. You find the rule, but the rules are very easy. Rise and shine. Rise and shine. Shine some freaking light here. Forget about all the nonsense. Shine some light. And don't live in fear. And once people see that, they grasp the idea of living on this, what it is. Because you can be the word in a physical form. Love, light. You can be it in a physical form, not just talking about it. But that's what people do. They talk, blah, 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 blah. Be love. Be light. Don't be afraid also to talk about it. Like, anyway, I don't know how to put it no more, but I'm going to keep putting it on very thick because it's serious business. It's serious business. It's our life. It's our
right.
There's something very serious at stake, and I don't intend to sit on the sofa or sit on the couch. And no, I'm going out there to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, yeah. Sometimes I'm sitting down eventually, but I'm productive when I sit down.
Right.
I'm here on YouTube. That's it. But other than that, get off your bed, go out, experience life, make your own food. Just that will make you get up. But the fact that you also order your food from your sofa in your bed is not very good. It's not. That's not a high. You don't get a high from ordering pizza on your couch. Can't tell me that.
Yeah, right.
That's a false high. You're telling yourself lies. You live a lie. That's what it is. But if you get up your sofa and you start cooking for yourself your own meal, cooking could be raw. The best is raw.
Right.
You don't want to age too fast. I was cooking on the inside before, but you know what I'm saying when I refer cooking, preparing your own meal. If you start preparing your own meal yourself, this is gratification, and that's to me instant gratification because you live in the moment preparing. But real instant gratification, not Babylonian fake gratification that other 2 minutes after it's gone.
Right.
But move out the couch, definitely. Move out the bed. Like, it's good to be in the bed a certain amount of time, but at one point, get up, have projects, have goals, set goals each and every day. Expect the unexpected.
Yes.
Expect the unexpected. That's going to keep you alive. I don't know when I'm going to get new music or something's going to happen, a new meeting or meeting someone, a new artist, or how it's going to, the day. So I expect the unexpected all the time.
Yeah.
And that makes me feel so freaking alive and so vibrant also because it's good to say you're alive, but you want to vibe too. Like, up your vibe a bit. Let's smile a bit more. I don't know. Do something. Up just a smile is a freaking good vibe. And like me, I see people smile. I smile automatic. I'm like, yeah, that's good. And you feel good when you smile. I love to smile, definitely. And that's why you see me making jokes here and stuff. But there's a difference by making joke in an environment where we evolve and when you make a tragic stuff, like tragic comic joke and stuff, and you propagate that stuff. So yeah, but the bed and sofa is definitely an obstacle for many. But me, I see it. I see it. Doesn't necessarily. Some people have no choice. Okay, they might get. We're not. Don't take it personal if it's your case that you have to sit on the couch because of illness or something. We're not talking about that. I'm talking about well-functioning people that do nothing with their life because either too lazy or not enough drive or, I don't know, uncomfort, being comfort. Like, I don't, it's all very mixed up. Your fear are full of confusion and stuff. So clear your head of all that, and that's part of all the nonsense. The bed and sofas, definitely, and that's why it's so heavily propagated. Too, there's so many stores with furniture and stuff, and overproduction of furniture like crazy, and that's all you see now is like cheap stuff. Also, not okay. Let's be clear. We live in an abundance of scrap. Okay, that's not quality material they give you. It's often plastic. It's nonsense. It's very produced very fast. It breaks very fast. So you're not even really looking at buying good beds and sofas often. So you will go into plastic material. It's made of polyester. So you sit on polyester, then it gets all hot because of your ass sitting on it too long. Your ass is sitting on the sofa too long. So now you eat up even the fucking polyester plastic on the. So imagine that it's that fucking horror show, Frank.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, it's an horror show sometimes to see that their behavior and how unconscious they are, how unpresent they are with their own behavior, and we all are. Even me, sometimes I have to observe your behavior, and you will realize that maybe you have to move out the couch. Anyway, that's my point on it.
Yeah. This is a really cool P-log, because P kind of exposes some things. You know, he helps us to think outside of the box. He helps us to kind of get a different perspective, you know. And he starts it out. He says, funny as it might seem, you know, because beds and sofas were like, oh yeah, what, you know, that's just normal. You don't think about it. Nobody would think, oh, I need to get rid of my bed or my sofa or whatever. And it's not that you are not allowed to have a bed or sofa, but just think about, you know, the different things, you know, if you're just chilling and maybe you're sitting on the floor and you need to get up and go do something versus you're like laying in it's so much harder to get up out of a bed or laying on a couch, you know, because you're kind of in that state of inertia where you're just like, I'm still, like, I don't want to move. And so anyways, this P-log is interesting, because, you know, he talks about how, you know, beds and sofas were delivered at everyone's doorstep through the evil machine mass production process. So this, I can just imagine something like, I don't know if anybody's seen that, you know, Austin Powers, but there's like Dr. Evil, and he's like in his lair and they're all plotting on like how to take over the world and how to, and so you could see this, you know, this group of people who are like plotting against the well-being of humanity, or at least just to be able to stay in control. And they say, okay, let's feed them food that's going to make them lethargic and slow and heavy and dull. And then after we give them that food, we're going to give them these beds and these sofas. And when they lay on the sofa, they're not going to be able to get up. And then we're going to give them a box. And in that box, we're gonna control their mind through all the different shows. We're gonna basically create this world that's not real, and we're gonna make them so heavy from the food and the lifestyle that they have. It's like they got weights on them and they can't get up. And then they're gonna be on their couch, and then we're gonna tell them what to think, and it's all gonna work so that we can stay on top and they're gonna stay down there. And what P is saying is that, you know what, actually to work and to live a life of meaning and purpose, it's going to take a certain amount of energy. You're going to need to feel that thing say, I need to rise up. And we all have experiences in which we can feel that energy and the momentum. When it starts to go up, it feels good. You wake up, you get your day going. And so like in the Vedic thing, there's what they call the three gunas. And those are like the three modes of nature. And so there's Rajas, Sattva, and Tamas. And Rajas is like the energy of kind of like, you know, like the waters are being perturbed. You know, it's like it's like when you wake up, or it's like the going up kind of thing. Sattva is that energy of like preserving and balance. And then tamas is the energy of inertia, like slowing down and kind of heaviness. And so all of these three modes of nature are necessary. They're not good or bad. They're just how things function. But you don't want too much of any of them. You want them all to work in the way that they're supposed to. So we all go to sleep every night, you know? So we need that bit of tamas that brings us into a slow down state where we can rejuvenate, and re-energize ourselves through the natural processes. But if you live a lifestyle, eat a kind of diet that's going to be, you know, causing too much of that like slow, dull energy, then you're not going to be able to get up and do the works that you need to do to awaken, to arise, to actually, and like P says, when he's talking about the different classes, he says, so whatever the skills the working business and military classes had, whatever skills they had at having practical humility, they disappeared like clouds on a sunny day, because, you know, they've been given, you've been basically put into a casket, you know what I mean? By being on your bed and being on the couch, you've been immobilized, you've been put under anesthesia, you know what I mean? Where you can't move, you're there. What do you call those? Sleep paralysis, you know, like those kind of dreams where you can't move or whatever. They've put that on us through, and it's not that that they force it on us. We have been given a choice, and we have decided to accept that. Some of us, right? Like if we're going to eat all this fast food, it's not that they're not shoving it down your throat. Each one of us is choosing, okay, how am I going to eat this? But, we don't always put together 2 and 2, like if I do this, then what is going to be the
outcome? To extend on this?
So anyways, this whole thing of beds and sofas, the one thing too that I kind of take from it, and I've tried to start adapting into my own home, is like, we can each make our living space kind of more of like a little like sacred palace, a little ashram, a little something. And we can start making these little places, what I call floornature, just have some chill like pads and some chill like little blankets, and like we can just like chill on the floor. We don't have to sit at a table. We don't have to be on a throne all the time to like, have a meal or whatever. Like, even if we have friends over, we can sit on the floor together. We can be in nature. We can sit on the earth and be actually more grounded and more down to earth like that. Now, that might not work out for everyone, because maybe our parents or people who have like problems with their joints or their knees, or like you, for instance, you had an injury in the past. So it's not exactly comfortable for you to be, like compressing your knee for long periods of time.
No.
But overall, like we can have this idea of like, we don't have to have the same kind of furnishings that we've been given. I mean, what do they call those big cushy couch kind of chairs? They call it lazy boy. Those lazy boy things, and they that's what they want. They want you to be a lazy boy,
Even
so that you don't
in
get
your
up,
face.
Like, yeah. So like we can also we can really revamp our entire life. And it does. You're not going to do it all in a night, but you can change the way you eat. You can change the kind of clothes that you wear. You can change the kind of furnishings that are in your home that are going to be more supportive for a humble attitude towards higher and divine, and an attitude that says, I want to work. I don't want to be lazy. I want to work for my evolution. I want to work to rise up, because work is the only way that you can get to any place that's actually that's what this realm is about. And overall, I think that's how the whole multiverse works. But we all have to work for to get to higher levels. You don't get to higher realms or higher states of evolution or consciousness by not doing anything. Just by wanting it and not implementing actions that are going to get you there. Like, I can want to go down to the river all day, but if I don't do anything to get there, I'm never going to get there, So anyways, yeah, it's such a cool perspective on beds and sofas, and kind of like how, we need to take action into our own hands to, not fall prey to these little things that we don't even think about it. We don't even think about these little things that are like little micro traps that can keep us, in a state of inertia, or in a state of, sedentariness.
Also, the reason what brings us to question the fact of bed and sofa, if you don't make sense of it. If I want to go buy a land today, okay, if I want to go out, because everyone should have a piece of land to take care of themselves, grow food and stuff. That should be a divine, I don't like right so much, but a divine right coming here on earth to have a piece of land. If I go try to buy one, do you think I will have 4 chance credit to buy a land? No. It's going to be very hard. You're going to need cash down. It's not easy to buy a piece of land. But why is it so easy to buy a car, a house? Often it's pretty easy, a house. You 5% cash down and way to go. They're going to kill you for the rest of your life with payment. That's why it's called the mortgage. Mort is dead in French.
Right.
Anyway, so you have cars, houses, and furniture that they want to fool you with big time. Mm-hmm. And it's called furniture because I think it's very close to torture. So, yeah, if you have too much furniture, like you said, first of all, you clutter the space. It's really unhealthy. and you should maybe just sit on the floor. You want to sit on the floor, have cushions, something like you said, floorniture.
Yeah.
Something more bamboo made or something.
Yeah, a little like floor table, even a floor bed. I mean, like the shiki futon, kind of more of that Japanese style. They have a lot of that in that culture.
Entering a home that is empty of all clutter feels much better than if you enter a home that is fully cluttered with nonsense furniture and stuff you collected, junks and stuff. Totally. Like people clutter their house so much they hold on to their baggage. I don't know what, but I've let go. Anyway, so the 4 chance credit to buy a cars, to buy furniture and all this, I question this a lot. How come it's so easily accessible? You can go buy furniture at, like, if you have very poor credit, but you cannot buy a land if you have that they won't let you like really give. First of all, it's never really given. You never really buy it, because if you don't pay the tax, they always have a way to come and say that it's only on lease. Like you're leasing your house from the bank. All this is an illusion that you own it and stuff.
Right.
Especially if you have a mortgage. So all this thing that they try to trap you with, the furniture is part of it. That's where I want to go. Yes, they might fool you with cars and houses, but also with furniture. And you fall for the trap. Most people do. Yeah, that's it. Then we collect junk, and it end up in landfills most of the time. You end up throwing it out and on the side of the street, or after a few years, because everything is pretty much throwable today. Like people don't really make quality equipment, so after a few years, you end up throwing it out. Dryer and stuff, you see that often on the side of the street. So I know there's people passing by picking it up, but I mean, the point is to create something at the source, at the beginning, which was like everything is from the source, very divine. So why from the source of creating a dryer, why you don't make it a very divine way that it lasts? So good materials, good energy, good, the whole package.
Right.
But I think that's where we're stuck exactly. We're being fooled with and we choose deliberately to like you said, go buy all that stuff and collect it. And when you look at it, yes, you need a bed to sleep probably, but go with buy something quality, or I don't know, maybe just the floor sometimes is good. Like I've slept on cedar branches outside in nature, was fine. So you don't need all fancy stuff. That's what I'm saying. You don't need all kinds of fancy stuff to be happy. It's just a bed you sleep in. So make sure it's a good one, good material, not freaking plastic that you breathe all night and stuff.
Exactly. There's a lot of natural options. You know what I mean? There's
natural,
like bamboo, organic cotton. I mean, even there's different beds that are just like, just like shiki futon mattresses that you can. It's not a spring mattress. It's just there's different like natural material, like sleeping pallet, and then you can put a like a natural latex topper on it. It can be soft and it can be really comfortable. You know what I mean?
All the fancy stuff people buy is very unnatural, like those Lululemon pants, Lululemon, the legging for women. It's all plastic stuff. It's treated with chemicals. Anyway, we're not gonna go there. They're nonsense. We're not into this, but all the plastic meats, all the plastic clothes and plastic beds, and so go natural. Just put it like this, and you're going to become more natural yourself also in the process, and you're going to let go of a lot of because lies and deception and entertaining a lie within yourself, it's not a natural thing.
No,
it's not. You can tell me we come here to live a lie. Come on, it's not natural. So we come here to embrace light, love, truth, reality, and look at life for what it is, not for what you have constructed in your head. But anyway, it's a whole different topic. Frank, I'm really grateful for your presence here today.
It's been a good one.
We're going to stop this. You probably have tons of stuff to do like me.
Well, yes, we got things.
For sure. The day is already planned for sure. So much love every time, everyone. And
Yes,
greetings,
likewise.
everyone, for watching now or after. It's recorded. So, me and Frank always have great insights and great shareable thoughts. So, we come here and share our thoughts. So, large up, Frank. We're going
Real
to end
fun.
that
Yeah, yeah.
stream
Like,
and we'll be forward again next Monday.
see you in the
Yeah.
next one.
Boom. Because we're not done. We're not done. We're just starting it. I just feel like I'm warming up now, but it's like 39
Yeah.
episodes, I think,
Yeah,
37.
yeah. I know, right?
We're maybe half the book, maybe. So
Right, right.
we're here for like 100 episodes, I'm pretty sure.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. Okay, but it's timeless and it's effortless. It's effortless. It's what
Yeah,
else
it's
am I
real
gonna
fun.
do? If I don't embrace higher and divine and evolution, what else I'm doing? I'm devoluting and I'm
Mhm.
embracing lower vibration. So no, I'm done with that shit. I'm
Yeah.
taking a flight now.
Let's go.
Ja is the pilot. Yeah, Ja pilot.
Yes, yes,
Why
yes.
not let Ja be the pilot?
Uh-huh.
Okay, we're out. See ya.
All right.